Hey guys, welcome back to another video, another Oscar prediction video. It has been a couple months since I've done one of these, and since then, a lot has happened. We've had some movies come out, we've learned more about some other movies, we've seen some trailers, all that kind of fun stuff, so we got a lot to talk about today. I'm not going to be covering the technical categories just yet, but I am going to be expanding the amount of categories that I'm going to be talking about and covering direction, screenplay, the performances, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be going through some of these categories a little bit quicker. All right, before we get into Best Picture, some movies that have dropped out, that are no longer on the 2021 release schedule. Next Goal Wins, which is sad. The Northman, Robert Edgar's next movie. Don't Worry Darling, 3,000 Years of Longing, and Blonde. All of those movies have been pushed for various reasons or just weren't ready to come out this year. So those are off the list. Quick update, some of these predictions are going to be kind of outdated at this point. I filmed this video a couple weeks ago, and since then, the film festival season has begun. I'm actually currently at TIFF right now. As you can see, I'm in Toronto. So yeah, I filmed these predictions right before some of these movies premiered, so we do have the consensus on some of these movies at this point, but I thought I would still upload the video as my final predictions before we have the consensus on a lot of these movies. So yeah, if you see some movies and you're like, really, that had its premiere, and I don't think that's really gonna be that much of a player in that category. That's why. All right, so Best Picture. Before I start, I don't really have one movie that I'm feeling really confident in yet. So really, any of the top 5 can kind of be mixed around. But for now, I have Soggy Bottom at number 1. Why? I don't know. It kind of just feels like it's Paul Thomas Anderson's time to be recognized. He hasn't got the recognition that he's deserved at the Oscars. This is supposedly his most accessible film yet, so who knows about that. Also takes place in Hollywood. The Academy likes that. I don't know. We don't really know that much about this movie yet, except Bradley Cooper's gonna be in it. Probably looks like he's gonna be going crazy. Maybe it's his time to win. I don't know. Number 2, we got Power of the Dog. So this movie is hitting all the festivals this year. It's like the Nomadland of this year, in that it's like, it's going everywhere. It's gonna be everywhere. Netflix is really pushing this movie for awards consideration. It's Jane Campion's return. So we also saw the teaser for it, and the teaser looked really good. People who know the source material say, look out for this one. So, number 3, we got Dune. What do I need to say? It's Denis Villeneuve doing Dune. It is so hyped up. Everybody is so excited for this movie. The little test screenings have been great. The event with the trailer and footage got everybody talking. It looks amazing, and it's going to be huge. And what else do I need to say? It's Dune. All right, number 4, we got Nightmare Alley. This is Guillermo del Toro's next movie, and looking pretty stacked. The cast, you got Bradley Cooper, you got Cate Blanchett, you got, who else is in this cast? Toni Collette, I'm pretty sure. It's like a noir-esque movie, directed by Guillermo del Toro. Come on. 5, I got Don't Look Up. So I had this film a little bit lower down last time because I was a little bit nervous after the script leaks and just after Adam McKay saying that it was a bit more in line with some of his comedic films. But I have full confidence in it again after some test screenings have happened and after that little 30-second teaser dropped. Apparently, any issues people had with the script translated much better on screen, and people from the test screenings apparently were really enjoying it. And this just seems like one of those movies that's going to be different from the rest in the lineup. It's going to be comedic and fun, but also have the dramatic elements and probably tackle, you know, some heavier issues, and it has like environmental issues going for it, right? It's Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence, and you got Jonah Hill in there, and everybody's improvising, and it's going to be a blast. And this is my other than Dune, this is my most anticipated of the lineup, and I think it's going to be great. I really do. Number 6, I got House of Gucci. This just feels like one of those movies that will be a big crowd pleaser that audiences will kind of just fall in love with, even if the critics don't love it as much. You know, you got big, bold performances in there. Do you see that teaser? It looks like it's going to be insane. Number 7, I got Tragedy of Macbeth. It's Joel Cohen directing Frances McDormand and Denzel Washington in a Macbeth adaptation in black and white. Very hard to doubt this movie. I lowered it a bit on my list because maybe it'll be a bit too artsy, maybe a bit more of a performance showcase than a picture contender, but As of right now, you can't deny it. You can't deny it. Number 8, I got West Side Story. It's Steven Spielberg doing West Side Story. Moving on. Number 9, we got Last Night in Soho. It is hitting all the festivals. It looks like it's going to be super unique and different and genre bending. And I don't know, it has a lot of hype behind it. Everybody wants to see Edgar Wright be recognized, right? So is this his chance? If it's as good as it looks, I think it'll get in. Please let this be his time. Please let this movie be great. I really hope it is. Number 10, I got Tick, Tick, Boom. We got the teaser for this movie a little while back, and it's Lin-Manuel Miranda doing an adaptation of a musical with Andrew Garfield in the lead. Looks pretty good. It's hitting up the festivals. At 11, I got Mass. So we all know about Mass. It's the big buzzed about movie out of Sundance. The performances from this movie will very likely get in, and if it has enough love, enough hype behind it, it could make its way into picture, who knows. It's not hitting up any festivals though. It has a bit of a weaker distributor, so. 12, I got Eternals. Seems like I'm the last person in the world who's actually thinking that Eternals has a chance, but I don't know. It's Chloe Zhao doing a Marvel movie, yes, but it's Chloe Zhao. She got full creative control, and it's clearly very different than other Marvel movies, and it's gonna be unique, and it's going to be, you know, she took a more naturalistic approach. People at Marvel say it's the best movie they've done. Who knows if that's true, but if Black Panther can make it in, I think Eternals has a shot. I don't know. I think it has a shot. Dune and Eternals getting in though is a bit iffy. That makes me doubt it a little bit more. That Dune's probably gonna get in. Will they really nominate 2 big blockbusters? 13 being the Ricardos. I feel like people are doubting this movie too much. It is an Aaron Sorkin written and directed movie starring Nicole Kidman, Javier Bardem, about like the creators of a TV show, creators of I Love Lucy, right? We don't know that much about it, but it is an Aaron Sorkin movie. Why are we doubting Aaron Sorkin? I don't know. We shouldn't. It could very easily make its way up. Very easily. 14, I got The Humans. This is based on a play similar to The Father. The person who made the play is writing and directing this movie. Probably features some great performances. Is it just a performance showcase, or is this something more? We'll find out. 15, we got The Last Duel. We got a trailer for this. Looks like a pretty epic and interesting medieval movie. It has a little something interesting going for it in the fact that it was written from 2 different perspectives, from the male and female perspectives. They were written by 2 different people, or 2 different groups of people. So that could be interesting, the shifting of perspectives. Plus it's Ridley Scott, who's a little bit hit and miss, but could it be a 2-year for him? 2-picture year for him? That'd be crazy. All right, next let's move on to director. Number 1 and 2 could go back and forth, but for now I have Jane Campion at number 1 for Power of the Dog. We saw the teaser for Power of the Dog, and it looks like it's a really thoughtfully done and well-constructed movie. This is her big comeback, and I think that if she nails it, they're gonna recognize her for it. Number 2, I got Paul Thomas Anderson. Again, like I was saying, it just kind of feels like it's his time. If this movie is a bit more accessible, if it's a bit more Academy friendly, I think he has a solid chance. 3, I got Guillermo del Toro for Nightmare Alley. Pretty obvious choice here. It's a big picture contender. So he's obviously a big director contender as well. Number 4, I got Adam McKay for Don't Look Up. This is a big picture contender again, and it's like a little different. It's gonna be comedic, but also dramatic. And if he can balance that all and make a good movie, you can get in. 5, Denis Villeneuve for Dune. Same thing with Dune. If Dune gets in, I think Denis has to go along with it because this movie is all direction, and pulling off this big, epic, grand movie, if he nails it, it's based off of source material that's known for being hard to adapt, so yeah, if he nails it, I think he'd get in. 6, Joel Coen, The Tragedy of Macbeth. Black and white, Joel Coen. Moving on. Number 7, we got Edgar Wright for Last Night in Soho. And this one might even be a little bit too low, because I feel like if this movie is great, and if it's as good as we're hoping, and if it gets in other categories, then direction is probably gonna maybe go along with that, because it seems like a lot of this movie is different and unique, and a lot of it will probably rely on the direction from Edgar Wright. And he's always doing interesting stuff when it comes to direction. And again, everybody wants to recognize Edgar Wright, because he hasn't really been recognized before. So yeah, 8, Steven Spielberg. He's in there because West Side Story could be a big player, and if West Side Story is a big hit, and everybody loves it, then obviously he could make his way in, but it just feels like they might not want to recognize him if they don't have to, because, you know, he's been recognized so much. 9, I got Lin-Manuel Miranda for Tick, Tick, Boom. Similar thing, if Tick, Tick, Boom ends up being a big player, Lin could find his way into the direction category. He seems like one of those guys that everybody likes and everybody admires. And if he does a great job directing, then he seems like one of those guys who could be a first-time director, but very easily make their way into the category. 9, I got Ridley Scott for House of Gucci. For some reason, it doesn't feel like it'd be as much of a directing contender as even if it's a picture contender. Maybe rely a bit more on the performances. Maybe Ridley Scott won't do anything super interesting with the direction, but who knows. Actress. Number 1, I got Kristen Stewart for Spencer. So the teaser for this movie came out a couple days ago, and she said like one line, but everybody's like, yep, she's the one, she's winning. And honestly, I kind of agree. Like, based off of the little bit we've seen from her in the trailer, it looks like she did a great job at embodying this role. And I think she's gonna be great. And I think that she has a great chance at winning. Number 2, I got Lady Gaga. So Lady Gaga is giving a really big and bold performance in House of Gucci, and she will stick out because of that. You know she wants that Oscar gold. So, you know, she has a big accent. So 3, Jessica Chastain in The Eyes of Tammy Faye. So this is one of those big transformational performances where she looks totally different with all that makeup, and you know that those type of roles get in all the time. Yeah, and from the trailer, it looks like she's really going for it, and she looks great in the role. I'm betting on her being really good. 4, I got Frances McDormand for The Tragedy of Macbeth. She will probably give an absolutely incredible performance, and I think she'll probably get in, but I have a hard time putting her near the top of the list simply because she's won like 2 times, and she just won last year. Would they really give it to her again? I feel like she would have to give a mind-blowing, amazing performance for her to have a chance of winning again. 5, I have Jennifer Hudson for Respect. Audiences really like this movie. They gave it an A cinema score. And even though the critics weren't as hot on it, it seems like everybody agrees that Jennifer Hudson was great in the role, and she kind of made the movie. 7, we got Cate Blanchett, Nightmare Alley. She might be a bit more of a supporting role, but it's Cate Blanchett, so maybe they'll elevate her role up a little bit. 8, Nicole Kidman, Being the Ricardos. Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence, Don't Look Up, Rachel Ziegler. All have a chance. Actor, number 1, Will Smith, King Richard. Everybody wants Will Smith to be great in this movie. Everybody wants Will Smith to get recognized for this movie. So if he does a good job, if he nails it, seems like Will Smith is everybody's favorite to win right now, and everybody kind of just wants him to win. Everybody wants him to give a great performance, and everybody wants him to get the Academy recognition that he's not gotten before. And if he gives a great performance, which from that teaser, it looks like he's going to, I think that he's a great chance of winning. I think he's a really, really good chance of winning. But not far behind at number 2 is Benedict Cumberbatch. Everybody's saying that his role in this movie, based off of the book, is going to be big and bold and crazy, and it's gonna be a huge performance. Number 3, we got Bradley Cooper for Nightmare Alley. So apparently Bradley Cooper's character in this movie goes a little crazy. He goes a little mad. So he's going to be giving an interesting, big performance, and he's kind of overdue as well. Number 4, Leonardo DiCaprio, Don't Look Up. He's gonna be great. We know he's going to be great. And based off that little teaser, he's gonna be funny. He's gonna be comedic in this thing, while also being dramatic. He's gonna do it all, and he's gonna be great, so he'll probably get in. 5, Peter Dinklage for Cyrano? The trailer for this movie dropped at CinemaCon, and the main thing that everybody was talking about, people love the trailer by the way, which makes me wonder if maybe it's a bit more of a contender, who knows, but the main thing people were talking about was Peter Dinklage. They say he looks phenomenal, he looks great in this movie, and that he's coming for those Oscars. Just based off that alone, I'm like, you know what? I'll put him in my 5. Plus, he did the same role for the play when it was on stage, and the main thing that people buzzed about coming out of the play was his performance. So, you know. 6, Denzel Washington, The Tragedy of Macbeth. It's Denzel Washington in a black-white Joel Coen movie. Maybe it should be higher. 7, Andrew Garfield for Tick, Tick, Boom. If Tick Tick Boom is a big player, Andrew Garfield will probably be a big player. He is this movie. He is the heart of this movie. Looks like he's going to be great just from the little teaser we've seen. Andrew Garfield is always great, and he's also kind of overdue for some love at the Academy. 8, Joaquin Phoenix for Come On, Come On. He'll probably give a great performance even if the movie isn't as unanimously loved or well received. He'll probably give a fantastic performance. Adam Driver for House of Gucci. Adam Driver is having a year this year with Last Duel and House of Gucci, but I don't know, like, it doesn't seem like the type of role that he would get nominated for. I'm not sure. 10, Javier Bardem for Being the Ricardos, similar to Nicole Kidman. It's an Aaron Sorkin movie. He'll get a lot to do. Supporting actress, number 1, I got Ann Dowd for Mass. Mass is the performance showcase of the year, and everybody's buzzing about Ann Dowd. I think like she's very, very likely to get in, and she could definitely win. 2, Kristen Durst for Power of the Dog. You see her in that trailer when she yelled Peter? She's getting in. 3, Marilyn Matin for Coda. If anything from Coda is gonna get recognized, it is her performance. She's kind of the face of this movie. She's been everywhere. 4, Jane Hoodshell. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. For The Humans. She won a Tony for this role, and it's a play adaptation. If she won a Tony for it, you know she's gonna give a great performance in the movie. So there you go. Number 5, I got Anya Taylor-Joy for Last Night in Soho. I'm not super confident in this prediction. I don't really have any other one that I'm like really confident to put in number 5 though. I'm mainly just putting this in number 5 because she's really popular right now. Anya Taylor-Joy is the talk of the town right now. So if she gives a great performance in this movie, if anybody's gonna get in performance-wise, it's Anya Taylor-Joy for sure. 6, I got Ariana DeBose, West Side Story. She's playing a role that the last person who played it in the original won an Oscar for. So just based off that, it'll probably be a great performance. So pretty safe to put her at number 6. 7, Toni Collette, Nightmare Alley. How big of a role will Toni Collette have? Not really sure, but it's a Guillermo del Toro movie. Toni Collette, do I need to say anything else? 9, Judi Dench, Belfast. She's playing some sort of grandmother person, and I don't know, I feel like Belfast is, if anything, will be a performance contender and not really a picture contender, so maybe Judi Dench will be the one to get in. 10, Olga Merediz in The Heights. This was like hyped up for a while and then kind of just died down. And I don't know how much support she has behind her anymore and how much support In the Heights will have at all. In the Heights kind of dropped out. If somebody's gonna get in from In the Heights, it's her. Because she had some hype when the movie came out. Everybody really liked her performance. So, I don't know. Supporting actor. 1, Bradley Cooper for Soggy Bottom. From the couple set photos we've seen, it looks like he's going to be crazy and insane in this movie, and he's gonna give a big performance. He's worthy of a win, so maybe they'll give it to him in supporting. He has a couple chances this year. 2, Richard Jenkins, The Humans. Like I was saying, this is based off of a play, and it's probably going to be a big actor showcase, and it's Richard Jenkins, and it kind of just makes sense that he'd get in. Jesse Plemons at number 3 for Power of the Dog. Jesse Plemons has kind of been everywhere recently, and he's been nailing it in everything he's been in. Feels like one of those guys who's bound to be nominated and bound to win at some point. Will this be the one that he gets recognition for? 4, Jason Isaacs in Mass. Another big buzzed about performance out of Mass. Maybe a bit less likely to get in than Ann Dowd, but very, 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 there's been a lot of hype behind his performance. You can't, at this point, you just can't doubt it. You can't doubt it. 5, Jared Leto, House of Gucci. He has so much makeup on. He is looking totally weird and different, but you know it's gonna be fun. And you know that the Academy will probably go for it. 6, Corey Hawkins, The Tragedy of Macbeth. I don't really know. It's Tragedy of Macbeth. Probably, like I was saying, a big actor showcase, and he is right alongside Denzel Washington and Frances McDormand. 7, Adam Driver, Last Duel. Like I was saying, it's a big year for Adam Driver. This performance seems a little bit less likely that he would get nominated for it than House of Gucci. Probably be a bit more of a conventional role. Screenplay, number 1, Soggy Bottom. Again, Paul Thomas Anderson is kind of overdue, and Screenplay seems like a really likely one for him to win, even if he doesn't win picture. 2, Don't Look Up. The script has been leaked and people were like kind of iffy on it, but again, apparently it translates a lot better on screen, and it got people talking. Whether good or bad, the script got people talking. which means it's gonna be like a bold script. It's gonna stick out. Mass at number 3. Since Mass is a big performance showcase, it's all script. It's all in that script. And I think if Mass gets in for anything aside from its performances, it's in Screenplay. 4, being the Ricardos. Aaron Sorkin always gets in. Aaron Sorkin always does phenomenal scripts. So why are we doubting this? Last Night in Soho at number 5, just because it's a very different, unique film, and it's genre bending, and it looks like weird. Because of how original and different and weird it is, a lot of that is in the script. And if it pulls it off, I think script is very much in there. 6, I have The Last Duel. I wrote this one up a little bit on my list after learning about the whole different perspectives thing, how the females are writing for the female performances, males writing for the male, and it's gonna be like shifting perspectives. That's a little bit interesting. That's different. That makes the script a little bit, you know, a little bit more unique. So could get in because of that. Yeah, adapted screenplay, number 1, I got Power of the Dog. Again, this is like a top contender in picture. It's hitting all the festivals. 2, Nightmare Alley. Again, big contender in picture. Guillermo del Toro, noir, mystery. 3, The Humans, based on a popular play that is been really well received by critics. Just like The Father, it'll probably have a great script and it could get in. 4, House of Gucci. Just from the little lines we've heard from the trailer, it's an interesting script. Like, it's gonna have some one-liners in there that you're gonna remember, you know? It's gonna be a memorable script, I think. 5, we got Dune. Very well known that it's based off of a book, and that's being known for being hard to adapt, so yeah. All right, so that's it. That's it for the predictions for today. That's all the categories that I'm covering so far. As we get later into award season, I will start to cover the technical categories. But as of now, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Those are my predictions. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment sections below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Make sure you follow me over on Letterboxd if you want to see my opinions for these movies as I see them, as they release. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.